The meaning of due process of law. The due process of law clause states, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. The due process clause in the Fifth Amendment applies to federal crimes and federal criminal prosecutions. The federal due process clause is mirrored in the 14th Amendment, which guarantees due process of law in state criminal prosecutions. Most states have similar provisions in their constitution. It is already stated. See your state's constitution for an example. Substantive due process protects individuals from unreasonable loss of substantive rights, such as the right to speak freely and the right to privacy. Procedural due process protects individuals from being criminally punished without notice and the opportunity to be heard. Both substantive and procedural due process ensures that individuals are not denied their life, capital punishment, liberty, incarceration, or property forfeiture arbitrarily. Void for vagueness challenges the wording of a statute under due process clause. A statute is void for vagueness if it uses words that are indefinite or ambiguous. Statutes that are not precisely drafted do not provide notice for the public of exactly what kind of behavior is a crime. In addition, and more important, they give too much discretion of law enforcement and are unevenly enforced. United States v. White, 2010. With a void for vagueness challenge, the statute must be so unclear that men of common intelligence must guess at its meaning. Connolly v. General Construction Company, 2010, which is an objective standard. An example of a statute that is void for vagueness, let's say, a state legislature enacts a statute that criminally inappropriate attire on public beaches. Larry, a law enforcement officer, arrests Kathy for wearing a two-piece bathing suit at the beach because, in his belief, women should be wearing a one-piece bathing suit. 2 days later, Bert, another enforcement officer, arrests Sarah for wearing a one-piece bathing suit at the beach because, in his belief, women should be seen in public in bathing suits. Kathy and Sarah can attack the statute on its face as applied for void for vagueness. The term inappropriate is unclear, meaning to be interpreted by different things to different people. Thus, it gives too much discretion to law enforcement. It is subjective to uneven application and does not give Kathy or Sarah or the public adequate notice of what the behavior of a criminal is. You see, a statute is overbroad if it criminalizes both constitutionally protected and constitutionally unprotected conduct. This challenge is different from void for vagueness, although certain statutes can be attacked on both grounds. An overboard statute criminalizes too much and needs to be revised to target only the conduct that is outside the Constitution's parameters. For an example, you guessed it, spectator. I hope this was information for you based on probable cause, substantive cause, overboard, void for vagueness. So these types of things are important to understand when it comes to interpreting law and making sure that you really understand what your so-called rights are about and how you can actually claim those rights, and understanding the difference between federal and state definitions, meanings, and laws, and how they all pertain to the incorporation of the 14th Amendment. This is Ricky Munday. Peace out.